Showtime. Got you performing like a band. I'm your number one fan. Showtime. Hit me with that backstage passing. You love, you love, you love. Showtime. Let's make it spectacular, spectacular. Showtime. Baby, it's showtime.
Hard work and dedication, no days off. You gotta go get it, cause they ain't gonna give it to you. We never have our hand out, we had our plan out. We never try to fit in, cause we already stand out. I am your host, Hollywood Mac, and I'm joined by my brother.
Rock the Rider, Ty Lamar, Rock, whatever y'all feel comfortable calling me, man. That's what I am, man. What's good, man?
What up with you, man?
Ready to pod?
I'm ready to pod.
How was your weekend, man?
My weekend was good, man. You know, the Bills won.
I see you got that foolishness on.
Super team. Come on, listen, don't do that.
Got that foolishness
Don't
on.
do that. Don't do that.
Man, you getting real comfortable here, man. Last week, you just blurted it out last week. I didn't even ask you about the Bills. You just went right in. This week, you got the whole attire on.
Let me explain something to you.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Y'all going to Super Bowl?
The winning team.
I'm just saying, y'all going to Super Bowl?
We going to the Super Bowl.
Y'all are.
We going to the Super Bowl. Stop. Yo, listen, stop that, man.
You standing on that?
I'm standing on it.
All right. You standing on business.
I stand on business, man.
You standing on business?
The winning team.
All
right.
You
respect it.
You 10 toes down. Because you like to switch up when y'all gonna win next week. Y'all gonna win next week?
Listen, we gonna win next week.
You don't sound confident though.
Listen, I'm confident. They just gotta handle their business, man. They gotta stop the run. They gotta stop Derrick Henry, and they gotta stop Lamar.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
The game plan. I hope they watching super film.
All right. Cool.
Understand what I'm saying?
All right, but listen, before we get into our guests this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get into this, man, because it's cold, flu season and all that. People getting sick and stuff like that.
Talk about it.
And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Well, I'm gonna give you 3 situations that I was in that I watched very closely. I've been really like a germaphobe since COVID.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give you the first scenario. So I'm at Target, right? Gotta pee. I'm in my 40s. You know what I'm saying? Bladder a little overactive now. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I go to the bathroom. Homie in there tearing it down. You feel me? Real savage like.
Oh, no.
Stinking very bad. I'm holding my breath out, but I gotta pee, man. I gotta get, you know what I mean? Homie comes right out the stall, don't wash his hands, right out to society. Number 1, right?
He wasn't an employee, was he?
No, I don't know. I think he was a truck driver, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Nasty truck driver.
Real nasty. Real back out, no washing the hands, right? It gets worse. Each story get worse. So boom, then I'm at the outlet. You know, I'm always shopping and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm always, you know what I mean? So I'm like, you know, boom, gotta go to the bathroom. Each scenario I'm gonna have to pee, because that's just, I'm in my 40s, man. So boom, so I go in the bathroom, right? Now I'm gonna tell you a little something about me. I don't like urinals, because I ain't with the kickback.
Okay.
I'm in my 40s. You feel me? I'm in my 40s, but my stream is still strong, you heard? Stream is still deadly, you heard? So boom, I'm going to, I like to go to the store.
Okay.
You feel me? I don't like to kick, and plus I don't like standing next to people when they got their swimmies out. You heard? I don't like no intermingling the swimmies. You feel me? I don't want nobody standing next to me. It's just weird, because you don't know the day. You know what I'm saying? The LBGT, no offense, but they could be looking. You know what I'm saying? The look over, I'm like, yeah, I'm about old soul. You heard?
Excuse me.
Yeah, with the higher S's, you heard? So boom. So I'm like, I'm good. I go to the bathroom, ain't nobody in there, fam. You can hear your echo. So I'm like, I gotta pee real bad. So I'm like, I'm gonna go urinal today, because I gotta go real bad, right? Ain't nobody in there. Yo, soon as I do, I'm talking about soon as I get my swimster out, right? Homie, for that, you know, to be handing out the samplers, you know, Chinese, I want sample. That nigga, right?
Right.
He comes in. Now, mind you, it's eight joints he could have picked.
He right next to you.
He could go, you know what I'm saying? He go every, you know what I'm saying? You would think etiquette. Let me go to other, you know, every other joint. I ain't gonna stand right next to my man. He in the zone. Homie come right next to me. But this is the kicker though. Y'all ain't even ready for this one. You know how like little kids pee? They pull their whole joints down?
No,
Yo,
he didn't.
My
no,
man,
he didn't.
whole rump out, fam. Whole rump explode. Now I'm ready to fight this dude. Because not only could you have picked another joint, you want to stand right next to me. You heard?
He wanted you to see his food.
Yo, fam, crazy.
Oh,
not only that though, Matt. As soon as I'm done, I go to the joint, wash my hands like Jackie taught me. Like Jackie Rock, my mama taught me.
Right.
Not him. He right back out to the samples, fam. He handing out samples, penis.
No, he not.
Yeah. Swami samples now to the people.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, now this one is, I say the best for last. Now, you know I go to Bob and John's. That's my spot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So me and the boys, we go to, I've been eating there since high school. So I go to Bob and John's, heard them. The boys want to get piece of wings, you know what I'm saying? I get my turkey sub, that's what I get from there. So I go to the bathroom, we all go to the bathroom. We wash our hands before we eat. That's what we do. Boom, I'm in there. Once again, savagery. As soon as I open the door, homie in there going crazy, stinking, you know what I mean? He comes right out. Now we go out, he ain't wash his hands. He right to his family, fam. Now the order come out, the pizza come out, he distributing the slices.
Oh, no.
Fecal palm.
Did you say something?
I'm just sitting back watching like,
you gotta start saying something.
Now this is his family. Do you know the amount of stomach virus was just handed out that night, man? This is all I'm saying. And listen, I'm not racist when I say this, but to my white people, I keep catching y'all do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying my people, we don't do it, but I keep saying y'all do this. You know what I mean? So I just want to say, listen, we gotta get up on our hygiene.
We gotta do better.
You feel me?
Everybody
I'm a stickler for hygiene. The way you smell, the way you know what I mean? All that is important. You know what I'm saying? Like, one more. I got to tell y'all this now. On the strip, a female, you would think, I can't deal with no stinky female, right? So let me tell you, man. So I was messing with this girl. This like when I first started back dating after wifey passed. Now, she got a good job, pretty, the whole nine. But shorty came around and she was like musty. Like
extra onion.
But this is what I was thinking though. She came the first time she came around. I'll give you 3 chances. She came around. Now it was after work, so I feel like she might have had a hard day at work. You feel me? She might have had to climb a few extra stairs. She might have had to argue with a few disgruntled employees. Rough day at work. I'll give you that. Next time she comes, she was still work week. So what I told myself, I said, yo, listen, come Saturday, it's your day off. If you stinking on your day, that's just you. If you musty on your day off, that's just who you are. Max, she came through stinking on her day off.
Did you say something to her?
It was over.
You just
I let her know. I said, yo, you've been smelling a little oniony. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? And she acted like she ain't know what I was talking about. So I had to, relationship over with. Well, courting, or because it wasn't in a relationship, but we was like,
So she didn't have a response to that?
I couldn't believe it because I didn't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
right.
You think a female, she pretty, successful, nice job, nice car. Like, why you stinking? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. You ever dealt with that? You ever had that?
I mean, I just came from the store just now, getting us a little, little taste, and whole store smell like the gym with extra onions.
It's one of them spots.
It's the culture, and I was just like, when I got closer to the register, I was like, oh,
whoa.
But I understand that's them. They natural everything,
right.
But it should be something else to them.
And this is my thing. It's too many things for you not to have this situation. Like, you can go to.
She could have been natural, right?
But hold on. Listen, this was unnatural. This wasn't natural.
This was onion natural.
Yeah, this was like it's pretty heavy. And this is my thing. You got CVS, Rite Aid. They got aisles dedicated to you not stinking. You feel me? It's aisles of stuff you can put on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
It's no excuse.
Okay.
You heard?
Yeah.
But that's my rant for the day, man. You know what I mean? But today we got a special one, man.
Yes, we do.
We got a legend in the building.
We got a Buffalo legend in the building.
He might be humble. He might not want the title legend, but you a legend, man.
Listen,
I gotta say what it is.
He's a Buffalo legend, man.
He's a legend.
Yes, sir.
Living legend. So I'm gonna have you introduce him, man.
All right, cool.
People.
So, dun, 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 dun. So, all the way from the streets of Buffalo, New York.
Come on, talk about it.
To the NBA. Stands 6'1" tall.
Talk about it.
Rocking the number 8. He will shoot the ball dead in your face. He played for the Phoenix Suns and the Philadelphia 76ers. Give a warm welcome to the Vision Podcast. My guy, my big cuz, Trevor Ruffin.
What's up?
What up, though?
I'm chilling. How you?
Man, I'm grateful, man. I can't complain,
Appreciate
man.
you boys having me on.
Listen, man, I appreciate your presence.
We
man.
feel honored, man. How you here, man?
Opening up your schedule for us, man. Your busy schedule. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Word.
It's been a long time, man.
Yeah. I'm no homo. I miss my man. Getting that good cut over there, but man, schedules
Schedules is crazy, man. You got
Still
that big time schedule.
Still love though.
Yes, sir.
Still
Sir, I see you got the Buffalo Bills
Absolutely.
in the love.
So y'all both on stuff today.
Absolutely.
Y'all both on that today.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna ask you, y'all going to the Super Bowl?
Yes. So that means we have to win next week.
All right.
Because that's on the road to it.
It's a must.
Yeah.
It's a must.
So if I was to make a wager with y'all ready to stand
I don't
up?
gamble. Like
Okay.
if you said let's play on one on one for some bread, I do that.
I wouldn't do that, though.
I have control over that.
I wouldn't. I'm not playing you one on one.
I'm just saying.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm just
I
saying.
stay in my lane, sir.
I wouldn't sing with you one on one either, but I'm just saying I don't make wagers that I don't have control of.
Oh, so you gonna back down? You know what? I've always said that. People are like, yo, so what they gonna do? I said, well, I'm not out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want them to lose my money. Now, if I can get out there and do something, then we can put a wager on it.
Even if it's a coach, I mean, I'm not putting no money on nothing. I have absolutely nothing to do with.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, man. Here on the Vision Podcast, we talk about vision, everything vision, because everything starts with a vision. In my mindset, you know what I'm saying? Everything should start with you visualizing what you want to do, what you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I created this thing called the Vision Board where I ask these 6 questions about vision. You know what I'm saying? Particularly about, your vision, coming up. So the very first question is, take me back to like 9th grade. Now, what was your vision like in the 9th grade? Did you always know that ball was going to be it for you? Did you have any other aspirations as a youngster coming up? Like,
well, I was a football player.
Okay.
In 9th grade.
Okay.
So I was thinking about NFL. I was definitely thinking about that. I thought I was good enough if I'd have kept on that road. But so yeah, I had that vision, but it was a different sport.
Different sport.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So how did you get from football to the interest of basketball?
Watching Kurt Akers play one day. Just seeing him just going to the boys club.
Yeah.
Because, the boys club and the Ys, and it was like daycare back then.
Right.
They just put $5 a year, drop you off and pick you up after whatever.
Right.
My grandmother made me go to the boys club.
Yeah.
Because she lived on Hatley. We were just talking about how close that was
Right.
to us. And I hated it because I didn't like basketball when I first started going up there. I was a football player. They didn't have no football up there. All they had was basketball and foosball and bumper pool and pool and ping pong and all that stuff. So everybody got kind of good at that because, like I was telling you earlier, you had to wait your turn to get on the court.
Right.
And I seen, you call me the legend. That's what I call him. Using my phone as the legend, Kurt Akers.
Okay.
And I saw him, and it was just something about the way he approached the game, and it just kind of changed my whole outlook on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought it was soft.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a football player.
Right.
So, and then after that, I just started working at it and getting better at it. And, eventually I got pretty good.
Now, did you start working with, different people that you looked up to help you with your game, to help your game elevate? Because, you was good in football.
Yeah.
And I'm quite sure you had to kind of like level up to start playing with the elite people.
But the boys club, and he'd tell you the culture was always about helping and people around there giving you advice, whether it be Joe Brown or, Larry Peach, or Kelly Funderburg, or Gars, Kenny Pope, all those guys around there, and even the older cats like Kurt and Gordy German and Junie Hempfield. I mean, I could just keep going on and on. I don't want to forget nobody, but it was just always like a family love thing. So if they saw something you were doing wrong, they wouldn't just keep letting you do it, right? Dude, you got to work on your left hand. Dude, you got to, work on your jump shot. So it was kind of like, it was always somebody there, and I can't forget my man Vernon Duncan, but that's at the Y. That's where my conditioning came in at.
Okay.
And that's what kind of, when I start separating myself on a kind of like a Floyd Mayweather type of, like if you don't ever get tired, you won't make as many mistakes. And if I can outwork you, I'm going to get you. You belong to me. You know what I'm saying? Pause. And I just, it was my work ethic. I said, I got it. Ooh, grab your shorts. Yeah.
So before we get to the next question, what do you think separated you from everybody else that was already playing ball when you first started to pick the basketball up?
What? It's kind of hard to say what separated me, except for what I just said.
Okay.
I had a mentality.
Okay.
Like I'm tougher than you. I'm better than you. Whatever. Not no type of arrogance because I'm putting in that work to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then once I started getting results, it just turned into what it turned into.
So basically, mindset. You was
it was my mindset.
Yeah.
It was my vision. It was my vision to just. That's where it was.
Before we go into the next question, I want to ask you this. So, what do you think today because you said basically in 9th grade you was football.
Mm-hmm.
So I see now, like even with my son, my oldest son, now my youngest son, I started them off playing basketball like real early and taking them to training and stuff like. So what do you think now about like far as these kids training in like the 3rd grade and with the cones and the? Do you feel like what do you feel like because back in the day, like watching you play, J. Rowe play, it really wasn't none of that.
No,
it was like you just go get busy. You know what I'm saying? Play playing full court and pick up and all that.
Mm.
So what do you think the new style of these kids learning how to play versus how you came up?
Well, it's kind of double edgy, like because I think you got to love the game first.
Yeah.
So if your kid is 3, you want to cultivate that. You want to kind of bring that out. But I think that they don't play enough. All they do is drills.
That's how I feel.
Like I watch them, like even though I'm coaching against them, like I know how the guy all he's going to do is it's kind of robotic.
It's robotic. Yeah.
It takes like, well, how could you not? You can drill all day because you drill.
Right.
Kyrie drills, but he plays. Pick up. You got to play that pickup. So how you know if it worked?
Right. That cone ain't moving.
Yeah, that cone ain't moving. That cone ain't that chair, and it ain't gonna never move. You
Right.
know, so you got to see if it work and see what part of it more that you have to develop on. I mean, I think that's like I'm saying, I'm cool with the training because I'm get your money or whatever. But I also think, and somebody gave a real interesting take on this, man, that it's kind of like phasing like the late bloomers out, right? Because if you don't have the money to do the training and go on the AAU circuit and stuff like that, it's kind of like how you gonna get on?
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? I know I kind of jumped over that a little bit, but
no,
it's
we
just,
here to kick it, man. We
yeah,
it's so many things I want to cover with you, man.
So that part I kind of like, sort of like it's almost turned into tennis. Like cats is if you can't afford it, you can't play it.
Yeah,
that's great.
Types, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a lot more rich Mr. What was Venus and Serena's father's name? Trying to just get on. You know what I'm talking about? King Richard.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just had to go that hard to get him on when it used to just come from, you just go up to the park.
Yeah.
It was free to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the boys club, all these people I mentioned they didn't charge me nothing for that knowledge.
Right.
Just come on and get on. I'm going to show you how to do this.
Yeah.
So,
So I got to ask you, so I got my feelings about AAU. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with some of these cats that be doing these, especially around here in Buff, you know what I'm saying, with some of these AAU programs and AAU basketball tournaments and stuff like that. I be feeling like they just be exploiting these kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Getting
the money is a cash grab. It's like it's like nasty to me. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal feelings. You know what I mean? As far as how I just watch these kids playing back to back to back. And then I'm just watching all the money go to this one individual. And the kids ain't, you know what I'm saying? So it was one tournament, kids ain't getting nothing free to eat, nothing. Like, they got to pay for their own food and this, that, and the fourth, and they out here playing. I'm like, it should be some free food for the kids at least, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can get you some sponsorships or whatever, but the team that I'm kind of affiliated with, they not on it like that.
Yeah.
CG, Corey Graham Elite.
Yeah.
With Ty's the coach at Ty Parker. Shout out my guy. And he does a lot. It's about exposure.
Right.
Like it's a lot of what you say going on.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way too, because everybody been asking me since you got them 3 letters behind your name. Everybody when you want to do this AAU thing, you can get this, you see them 3 letters, the NBA, you can get sponsored, you can do this, you can do that. I'm like, I'm not really into it like that. Because of the things you said, because the 4 games a day.
Right.
Because, once again with the late bloomers, like I probably wouldn't have made an AAU team because I only played a year and a half of high school basketball.
Right.
So there's no development there. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have been sweet in football, but I'm just, like now, a lot of people develop late.
Yeah.
And if they can't afford it and stuff like that, like you're saying, they don't get that exposure. And then they're going to lose interest. And the longer you wait in anything, it's going to become stale, and you're not going to progress at it. I mean, you got to work at something that's so hard to do, and you got to work at it every day, and it got to be the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning. That got to be your thought process. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, second question is,
that was only one. Damn.
Yeah. That one question is gonna spawn a whole bunch of stuff.
Listen, we kicking it, man. We here, man. You know what I'm saying?
can dig it.
Welcome to the vision, man.
Now the second question is, did you have any like people around you that hindered your vision? You know, at a young age, like was trying to like pull you in this direction, that direction. You know what I'm saying? And try to block your focus.
No, to be honest with you, because I never would let them. So if it came a certain type of way, I wouldn't even receive it that way. Like, got here.
Right.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna go here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. So I was not to say that I ain't have friends that was a little older and shit like that, and stuff like that. But I was never nobody. I never followed nobody.
Yeah.
Except my dad. You know what I'm saying? But he was in the music like you are or whatever. So I didn't really. Nobody. I wouldn't let him.
But that's dope. So what would you tell a youngster that want to be the next Trevor Ruffin to come up, and they got cats pulling them here and pulling them there? What would you tell that youngster to stay focused? What would that
stay focused. I mean, it's you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It ain't like rocket science. You gotta stay focused, and if they pulling at you, that means you got something to offer.
Right,
so
right.
keep that self confidence and belief in yourself. But I mean, you gonna have to make a decision one day. Who you gonna let pull you one way or the other?
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, good luck.
I mean, I see a lot of kids that want a lot of things, whether it's sports,
There ain't
whether
no work
it's
to it, though.
music. That's exactly where I was
call it a
going.
microwave society. They don't want to put nothing in the oven and bake it. They want to throw everything in, and about 2 seconds, you know. That's not how it go.
And what would you say to the kids that they want that, and they like 1 foot in, 1 foot out? They playing video games, they hanging with their friends, they own distraction.
Yeah, I say have fun, right? I understand. Because quite frankly, now you can go to scholarship playing a video game now, so it's like it's a little different. A little different, than we just wasting time doing it, right? But yeah, man, have fun, man. People be so ready for the kids to just grow up, and I be telling the kids that's about to graduate, over in health science. I'd be like, the stupidest thing I ever said was, I can't wait to be grown and get out on my own.
Yeah. It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, man. So it's like, I'm built for it. I've done it. You know what I mean? But, man, let the kids be kids, man, for a minute, a while longer. But like you said, you definitely want to starve your distractions for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But, what's the alternative? I like the kids that go outside more, but it's a lot more dangerous than it was when we came up.
And
it just is.
Do you think that a lot of times it can be the parents? Because sometimes parents can distract the kids, and then you got them parents that can be like drill sergeants to their kids and say, listen, okay, you're going to play sports. I'm going to make sure I get you to practice. I'm going to make sure that I get you, the best assistance to get you to that level and put you on that right path.
Yeah.
And then you got the parents that, might be alcoholics, might be on drugs, say, oh, you're going to do something. You're going to get out this house because I need you to pay these bills. I need you to take care of mama. I need, the father be like, man, I need my money back. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. That's always possibilities, man. It's no getting around it. You just hope and pray that every kid is, because I figured by the time I was 14, I have great parents. Both my mother and my father are very instrumental in my coming up. And I just stopped blaming stuff on them when I got 14. Like, how people be like, well, I'm like this because my mother and, no, not me.
I think good or bad. That's a very important thing because, I think even I've grown up, I've blamed stuff on my parents, like, oh, well, I'm like this because of my mom, or I'm like this because, my dad didn't do this, or he, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, there's a point to where we have to be accountable for all of our actions.
Have to be.
You know what I mean? Like, if you know how to go to the bathroom, if you know how to go brush your teeth, if you know how to eat, if you know how to steal, you know how to lie, it's like you can stop yourself from making them certain decisions. So
that's why I use the age like 14.
Right.
Because it was just like, come on, man. You're not a man, but you know right from wrong right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, dude, you can't. Especially when you F up.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And don't just be saying when you F up. Say my parents when you do this good stuff too, right?
Absolutely.
So being accountable for that is very important because it's just turning into a man. Like you got to stand on, like you said, 10 toes. You got to have 10 toes in it.
Yeah, definitely.
And, just that part.
Yeah. So the third question is kind of similar, but a little different. Basically, because sometimes when you have a vision, Being selfless is like you said. You started off playing football. And then as growing up, sometimes the vision can get blurry. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I want to do this. I think I might want to do this. So did that ever happen to you where the vision was like a little? You know what I mean?
Of course it did. I mean, it might sound a little contradictory to the answer that I gave earlier, but it's kind of, simple, but kind of didn't because I wanted to do it. That time when everybody started getting money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I'm just starting. It's the 80s, man. It's late 80s.
Yeah.
Everybody. I'm like, this ain't that little. What the? Looking at my basketball like, oh man, how long is this gonna take, man? Before,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that was kind of like the only time that I ever. But I dug myself. I said, I gotta go. So then I went to a junior college in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
But I still was coming back.
Yeah.
I said, I gotta go. I went to Arizona, Yuma, Arizona for 2 years, and then I went to Hawaii. So I always felt like the closer I was to here, the more I was going to be distracted back then.
Yeah.
No problem now, but back then it was kind of like, I'm still the man.
Yeah.
Still, I ain't done nothing, but I'm feeling like I'm something.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm on the road. I'm on the right road, but no, let me get out of here because, to keep it a buck, who would I learn from here doing it?
Right.
What I wanted to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We had Uncle, God bless you, my guy. He's an example, Uncle Cliffy.
Yeah.
But, but other than that, everybody's going to tell me what I should be doing. I'm like, I'm going to go find somebody who really,
Right.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Music, you can get that here because boys from the town is cold with the music. But, who did I know that went to the league?
Right.
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 Who could I listen to?
Yeah. That's a fact.
You know what I mean? I gotta go out here and get it.
Yeah.
I gotta find a way to get it and not only get it but apply it. A lot of people get information but don't not make it applicable to what they're trying to do. I was trying to figure out how to apply it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just knowing some stuff. So what if you know it? If
Absolutely.
you can't apply it to nothing, what's
the deal? Where's it gonna get you?
It's useful knowledge.
Yeah.
Useless knowledge. I'm sorry.
So listen, you went to 3 colleges.
Yeah.
So your senior year in high school, did you have a full ride somewhere? Like what did that look like?
Oh yeah, I blew that. I had a full ride. University of Virginia.
How'd you blow it?
Clemson. I didn't graduate. I got kicked out of school.
Okay. So
in June.
What'd you
Attendance.
do? Where was you going? Why you ain't show up?
I don't want to sit you.
Okay. All right.
I was doing
silence means
teenage stuff, man. I was running around.
Okay.
Yo, the 12 Metro was my car. I had my little all access pass.
Okay.
Getting all around the city. You feel me? So yeah, I was running around.
All right.
That's when both parents started working, and you found you a little. One of them spots.
Yeah. Getting back on track.
Yeah.
How did it get you to the next level, to the first college that you did attend?
I had to leave.
Okay.
I had to leave, and I had to see some stuff that I really wasn't cool with seeing, like yesterday's news. Everybody was ice cream, Richie, all these other cats. They stopped talking about me, so they kind of lit my fire in me. But I saw I had to leave out of here to maintain my focus, so I bounced. And I took ice cream with me actually, because he had went through some trouble then. So I made sure because he was going to USC. I don't know if you are old enough to remember that. But Cream was going to USC, and he got caught up in that thing over at Burger King.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So I did, I guess what Dwayne Wade did with LeBron. Like, dude, I got some business. My show is about to be my shine. I'm about to kill it. And I took him up there, man, because he didn't have no place to go, man. And, that's my friend. That's my brother. So I would help anybody out like that was, needed that.
That's dope, man.
At the time, for sure. That's my man. We still talk that's my guy. And so once I took him over there, and I found, they was having us taking some classes, man, and I was kind of like, yo, because it had just started, you had to graduate from a 2-year school.
Okay.
Remember before, back in the day, you can just play 1 year and go.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Walter Berry and all them cats did, you know, when they went to San Jacinto and then they would just play 1 year and go. Now you had to get an associate's.
2 year degree.
2 year degree. So now they got, I'm like, all right, they're going to ease us into it. You know, I get badminton. I'm like, all right. Then I start getting badminton 3. I'm like, hold on, bro. Is this transferable? Is this going towards graduation?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, well, you know, no, I don't know. I didn't come to junior college to not play Division I. I didn't come here for that.
Right.
And if y'all not on the road to us graduating, what am I doing here? So I told Ice, I talked to Cream, I'm like, yo, man, they got us taking some crazy courses, man, and I'm looking, and it's not going towards it. You know, why we here?
Right.
We here to go, you know,
next level.
Division I. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. You know, you got to take it in increments, one step at a time. D1 and then the pros. Mm-hmm. But we got to start. Come on, man. I'm not spending no 2 years somewhere where I can just, nah. So after I got kicked out high school, like it was mad junior colleges and all the top juniors, all the ones from Texas, all the ones from Kansas, all the ones from Arizona, which I finally, chose on.
Okay.
And they still was kind of like, you know, I still was a little buzz. And I did some research on Arizona Western and found out that Tiny Archibald went there. I don't know if y'all remember Chuck Muncie. It was a bunch of cats that used to, you know, play professional football and basketball.
Okay.
They went to the school. And once again, I want to be around that type of stuff and see if this, you know,
if it's somewhere that's going to fit for you.
Conducive, because it's in the middle of the desert, so I can't even imagine the focus. Right. All I was thinking about how much it's not to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm going to be so focused out here, and I was. And it worked out for me.
So you went to that 2 year school.
I went to that 2 year school, graduated, then I went to Hawaii.
Okay.
I went to Hawaii after that.
And then Hawaii was 2 years?
I only had 2 years left.
Okay.
Yeah, so
You did there.
Mm-hmm.
And so from Hawaii, what was it like? Did you have an agent? Did you?
Yeah.
You had, so the agent got you to the next level, got you with workouts, got you doing.
Got me, actually Jerry West got me to the, to the rookie transition. You know, the joint that be on TV all the time is in Chicago.
Not the G League,
the
All-American?
No, it's when all the rookies that's going to get drafted come to Chicago. Even the ones that might get drafted, but most of them first rounds or whatever. Everybody comes, like it was me, Grant Hill, Jason Kidd, Jalen Rose. Which one was this? I think Juwan was with Juwan Howard. It was a Big Dog Robinson. They didn't play. I played because, you know, you go there and it's almost like, I hate to put it this way, man, but it's almost like, you know, getting auctioned, man.
Hey, they get
very intrusive, man. I mean, they be every team doctor look at you, man.
Right.
It's like, yeah. You know, you young, you just excited to be there. Like you see who you around, man. But it was, man. It was kind of poking and prodding and making sure, you know, when we buy this, we gonna make sure you're all right type deal.
So thinking back, right, knowing what those guys did, and you met them in the beginning, how does it feel when you think back, like, wow, I was with the elite?
I mean, you know how it feels. You done been around, you know the business, and y'all know how I feel when you get in certain settings and you just like, yo.
That's where I belong.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't really nothing like crazy to me.
Right.
I'm very comfortable right here because I feel I belong here.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So I didn't want to, I'm starstruck maybe once, but it was Mike, of course.
You know what I find phenomenal about what you saying is that you didn't. Ninth grade, you was playing football. So when did you start playing basketball? What year?
No, junior. Half my junior year and my senior year.
Stop
that's
there.
it.
Fam, this is unreal. Like just how you that progression. Like most kids, like I told you, my son, these kids are starting to play like in second grade now.
Yeah.
Like you didn't really start getting busy to your junior year, and you made it to the league.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's you can take it one way or the other. I didn't pick up a lot of bad habits either.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't playing since I was 2 and have been under the microscope and getting ridiculed and stuff like that. So I take it, everything happened the way it's supposed to happen when it happens, right?
Yeah.
And like that's why I spoke of the late bloomer thing. Ain't nobody know, but people at the club knew I could hoop.
Yeah.
But
because I used to watch you play, and it's like you can always see, okay, Cass can hoop, but this nigga here, something different about this. This is different.
Yeah,
like
I
this,
get that a
like
lot, man.
Like Cass is nice, but nigga, you was shooting from the half court.
But
listen, early. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid.
I used to bang on people so hard. I don't know why don't nobody bring that up.
That too.
I used to really dunk on
You bring
Cass,
it up.
man.
Yeah.
You bring it up. Talk about it.
I just did.
Talk about it.
But I'm just saying, it's just crazy to hear you, because watching you hoop, I would think you was playing basketball at the womb.
Oh yeah, no,
You know
I was playing football out there.
That's crazy.
And, for me,
I developed my mentality too.
Yeah.
That's why
I just found that out though. I thought you've been hooping forever.
Oh, you did too?
I didn't know you played football. I thought you was playing since you was because like you said, a lot of times people that go to the next level, they start off as kids. Like a lot of football players, they start off as kids.
Yeah.
Like even when you think about, Pat Mahomes, he was a baseball player first and he started playing football, but he's good at both.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then, but see, he had the cheat code because his dad played professional ball, and then they paid for everything. Like you said, he can afford it, and it's gonna go to the next level. But I had the opportunity to play with you several times, and we wasn't on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't fair either.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
cut it.
like he said, you shoot from half court. So it's like, okay, you bringing the ball up. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm a attempt to go check him at half court. But before I even get to half court, you already done released it. This all net. And I'm just like, yo, who supposed to check him? And the crazy thing is, didn't nobody want to check you. I don't know why. I'm like,
know why.
I'm like, yo, man, it was
like
just
you don't know why.
I'm like, okay. So my thing is, I'm like, okay, he shoot from half court. I'm like, all right, well, I might not shoot from half court, but I'm gonna go do something when I get on the other end. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm gonna make sure whatever I do, he on the opposite side. You know what I'm saying? So, it can look good.
Yeah, that's basketball purism, man. You missed that. Just talking about back in the days and thinking about the club, like the smell of the club.
Yeah,
like I still remember how it smells.
Had that distinct smell.
You understand what I'm saying?
Word.
Like they don't never mop, they don't do nothing.
I mean, but they did all that, but it was just, I don't know if it was because the floor was so, what was that, like concrete?
Yeah, you fall on that club floor.
Man, I'm talking about the first, before they changed it to the rubber one.
Right.
It was like playing outside, dude.
Yeah.
And it had a smell to it, man. The smell never left the building. I wanted
at all, ever.
Smell like that.
And you had to be, you couldn't, and we talk about this too, about this generation. This is some of the softest kids in the world, fam. Like you couldn't be soft going to the club. You couldn't be soft.
It was certain things that you had to know, that you had to understand. Right. Like, I used to see people coming there with their bags, with their fresh stuff, they changing their clothes, people stealing their stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I was a smart kid. I'm like, yeah, okay. My stuff ain't getting stolen. I'm already going there. I'm already dressed. I'm already ready.
Yeah,
I walk in and walk on the court like I'm ready.
Yeah,
there it is.
Who got me?
There
right
out.
Yeah, that's it.
Right
Leave out sweating. I might bring a towel. You know what I'm saying?
No facts. No, for real.
So let me ask you this. So when you got to college, what did you like? What was the biggest like wake up moment? I know you were playing high school and then going to that college setting. What did you, what was like that welcome to D1 moment for you? Like,
oh my goodness, it was a few of them. My junior year, Rex Walters backdoored me, and we played University of San Diego. This dude cooked. He cooked me. Like it's like I know he not better than me.
Yeah.
But when you running certain sets and people just know where to get to their spots in certain offenses and know how to run you off screens, that's what college taught me. But I had to learn it. Never learned it here. You don't learn it in JUCO. JUCO, you just trying to get yourself for it. I mean, as much as you want to win, you're really there to do you. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I broke Teddy Archibald record for most points, average most points in the game. So yeah, that was dope for me too. But you going forward, and then I got this. You go to D1, man. These boys is like I know I trimmed this boy if we was at the club, or at the park or anywhere. But he
getting off,
running me off,
and
so I became a film head after that. I just started studying everything. I started studying tendencies, like well, okay, this mean they gonna do this. And I just became obsessed with knowing and then performing instead of performing while I'm, you know what I mean?
Right.
While I'm learning.
Right.
And so I if you want me to tell kids something about that, tell them to watch themselves and see.
Yeah.
Because it got to the point where my motivation was when we had film that my coach wasn't gonna say nothing to me because I ain't mess up.
Yeah.
That became my motivation. It's just getting better. Never happen again. Never
Ambition.
happen again. Yeah, never happen again. Vision.
Yeah.
Vision. That's what it's
That's
about.
dope. That's dope. That's dope, man.
Word.
So, the next question is like, how would you tell a kid out there, you know what I'm saying, when they got a vision, but now it might be a fork in the road. They got to like pivot. They got to find like you might have to pivot on the vision. You know what I'm saying? It might, like for myself, when I told the story about me, I was in a singing group for mad long, but then what I found out, me and Matt came to the decision because we used to be in a group together. But I was always nice with the writing the songs and stuff like that.
Right.
So then I found a pivot where I started off singing in the group, but then I pivoted to songwriting because that's where the moolah was anyway. Right? So like for you, what was like a pivot moment where you was like, I might be going this way, but I gotta make a maneuver this way to get my focus.
You want me to tell a kid what to do or what I did?
You both.
Okay.
Both. What you did and what would you tell a kid out there?
Well, what I did, like I weighed it. I weighed it, and I guess you see a couple situations, right? Like you see the dough, but then you see a couple cats happen to get locked up too, and so that changes. That changes your thought process a little bit. Okay, it's a little more risk and reward to this thing right here. So let me, all right, I can wait for mine or whatever. Let me focus back all 100%. Like you said, would you say my eyes was blurry or whatever? Yeah. I just wiped them real quick. Yeah. You know what I mean? And never delve into that. But kids, man, it's just it's so many distractions for them, and they just so they focus about the wrong stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, what are you thinking about? Right? Because I deal with kids every day over at the health. Yeah. And so I really got, I'm just get kind of touchy about it. You feel me? Because I'm like, what are you thinking about? And I'm like, yo, you cannot. You have to start forming you have to get rid of bad habits now because you're forming them. And now they become something that you do every day. If you're late every day, you're going to be late to everything every day. If you do this, if you act like this every day, you're forming habits. You don't even realize it. Yeah. But you're forming habits that's going to take you into your adulthood. Yeah. So stop doing the stuff that you're doing that that's not right. Because, and I tell them this, and then I kind of, don't ever do nothing that you'd be ashamed of. If you can't do it in the light, then don't do it in the dark. Don't do it in the dark. You can't. You're not comfortable with it. Facts. Yeah. So don't do it.
I like that.
Yeah. If you're comfortable with it, then do it. But no, don't do nothing that you can't do in the light, man.
From what I see, what a lot of kids do, a lot of kids base their life off each other, and what I mean by that is they all need their own validation from their friends, from, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if they friends say, hey, man, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't deal with that girl because we think she ugly. But if you like her, that's what you do. Right. And it's just like, yo, you going over there? Like, well, why would you do that? So it's just like, that changed their mind. So it's almost like these kids don't have their own mind.
They don't have a mind of their own.
No, because they never get rest from their friends, right? We all had peer pressure to deal with. Right. But it wasn't 24/7. Right. It wasn't, you go home, I got my school friends, I got my friends that's in the hood. That's a whole different conversation. Man. Right. You know what I mean? So, but all they get all day is just group chats and all type of weird stuff. But that's exactly why they have that peer pressure is something that pressure buzz pipes. And if you're going to be under pressure, under constant assault mentally all day, it's going to break you. Unless you're the one doing what they call it cyberbullying now. Yeah. Unless you're doing it that way, that means you're the one that's making somebody else about to pop or whatever. Right. Pause. But yeah, they don't have a break from it, Mac. And I see them all day. Like, Coming back from the weekend, they got drama. They done mailed it. They done emailed and they done group chatted and they ready to fight. And I'm like, what?
You know, when I run into kids, man, and a lot of times I see kids, you know, they be picking on each other and this and the other. And they're like, oh, what's up, OG? I'm like, why you bothering? You know what I'm saying? My thing is I always try to give
Me too.
kids, you know, corrective criticism or, you know what I'm saying, just give them something good to walk away with because it just means a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I realize that a lot of times you got older people who are kind of like they afraid of the kids, but it's just like, you know, I can reach anybody. Like I can approach anybody. I can approach somebody off the street. I can approach, you know, pastors. I can approach, you know, gangsters. But it's just like, I guess it's all about reaching them where they at. You know what I mean? And when you can do that, then it's kind of acceptable. And they like, man, you know, they'll listen. You know, I've ran into, you know, people, whether it was kids, whether it's adults, that, you know, if I did say something like, no, man, I ain't trying to hear that. And okay, when they said it, hey, I'm done. Because, you know what I'm saying, one thing I realized is you can't force nothing on nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you can't force nobody to drink the water. You can lead them to it. You know what I mean? So, you know, you just
But you
back
know what
off.
the big thing is too? It's like we was talking about earlier, you know, let's just take the boys club. See, these institutions, you know, ain't around like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we go to the club, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Kelly was like a dad, you know what I'm saying? Darsh was like a dad, you know what I mean?
I was there.
You know, a lot of these kids ain't got fathers, man.
Nah, no.
They fatherless, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And everybody, you know, I can go a whole nother, I don't want to go too deep, but.
Because I think I might, but go ahead.
Yeah, but like, you got the music, you got all these images telling these kids that this is the way to go get it by all means. Even if you got to risk your life, even if you know whatever you got to do to get to this bread, this that, and third. But that's not what it's about, fam. Nope. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many things that these kids can be doing positive. It's a lot of positive ways to get success.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is growing up, we had OGs, real OGs. That if they saw that you was about something, they wouldn't let you do certain things.
Absolutely.
Get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
You don't belong here. Yep.
Now, where they at? You know what I'm saying? So it's a much bigger problem than just the kids being bad and the kids being lost.
It is.
So it's a way bigger issue.
So when you talk about young men, you know, a lot of them, like, they don't have the fathers, so they growing up with grandma. They growing up with a whole bunch of sisters. They growing up with a whole bunch of aunts and, you know, cousins and that. So it's just like, it's almost so messed up that, you know, it's a saying that if a little boy walked behind his mother or walked behind his grandmother or walked behind his sister, he see how they walk, he start walking like that. You know what I mean? And it's sad because it's like, you know, uncle might be gay, or so it's just like he have no masculinity representation to show him what he needs to be like.
Right.
Except for the stuff on TV, which just shows him how to take, like you said, those unnecessary risks to get it or whatever. You know what I mean? But I think it just needs to be, as a OGs, I'm past OG now. I'm like Unc now. Yeah. Granddad. I got grandkids now. But I just think we need to reach back to the young men and at the same time reach back to the young sisters too. Because what they accept is pretty much what the young fellas is gonna do. Right? If they have to garner respect by denying them, you know the cat's gonna change. You know they're gonna change. Like I say this all the time. If women say they like cardboard boxes more than they like Maybachs, the world would be full of Maybachs. I mean, the Maybachs would cost $200,000. I mean, cardboard boxes would cost $200,000. Yeah, right. And then woman say she like that better than the Maybach or Big Chain or something. You know what I mean? So they kind of, I don't want to say they control the board, but they definitely dictate the action, the interaction of how. Like, you shouldn't talk to me like that. Yeah. Which, in essence, if there's no reward for the talking to you like that, then it's going to change.
Right.
That's it.
You feel me? So, you know, I think I just need to sit them down and let them know how when we together, our differences is kind of like what makes us compatible. Yeah. You don't have to be just like somebody. If I'm just like somebody, what the hell I need somebody for? Right. I need somebody that can pick me up in areas that I can't. You know, it's they think it's relationship, it's companionship first. Right. Gotta be with somebody you want to be around, man.
Absolutely.
Gotta be more than just jumping up and down, man, and having a good time. It gotta be some of them times, man, where I need a hug. or I need you to hear me, or you need to hear me on this, or whatever.
Right.
Got to be something to that.
Yeah.
Because the rest of that stuff ain't sustainable. Because that other stuff you can get from anybody. You
Right.
can pay for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't pay for that peace of mind that a good woman or a good man gonna give it, to each other, man. You can't, it's priceless.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So that need to be discussed a lot more in school. The whole relationship. I know that they probably think they too young for it, but they do the wild stuff anyway. So we might as well prepare them for it.
Yeah. That's
Yes,
a
sir.
fact.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So that's one of my takes on it.
So listen, man. The reason why we wanted to have you on the show because you respect it.
Mm.
I want to give you your flowers.
Appreciate it.
Been looking up to you and watching you since I was a kid.
I love that.
And, to see that you can come from right here and make it
Man, that's
to
big.
the top tier, that's big, man. You know what I'm saying? And, I watched you play ball, and my cousins used to be like, man, there go Trev go in. And I watch you score 15 points in 2 minutes.
Should get to my issue.
And I just be like, he didn't even go past the 3-point line. Like, I'm telling you, he come right in, horn sound, Trevor Ruffin.
That's my
pop,
job.
pop. I'm like, man.
Yo,
I'm
y'all
like,
laughing. That was on my
Yeah.
W-2. That was about to get in and get buckets.
Right.
but as a kid, you don't know the dynamics of
yeah.
how all of the, how your position is supposed to
Yeah.
be played. Like we was talking about that earlier about, team building. Like, what I'm saying? When you build a team and when you build a business, you don't need, 5 point guards. You don't need 5 centers. You need a point guard. You need a center. You need a small forward. You need a team because everybody has a position
That's
to play
right.
to
Everybody
make
in
that
the
team
role.
effective.
Everybody playing their lane.
You understand what I'm saying?
Star in their role. Sorry.
Right.
Star in their role.
Right.
So I want to ask you a question, right? While we, talking about giving you your flowers and, how phenomenal and how great of an athlete you are. And not only that, how great of a person you are,
Thanks,
your
man. Appreciate it.
character, your personality, how you give back, like how you always had something profound to say to people. You know what I mean? So now, did I read this right? When you got drafted and you walked on the first team, was it the Grizzlies, Vancouver Grizzlies?
No. Oh, you talking about that draft? No, that was what you call the expansion draft. I didn't get drafted. I got picked up by the Lakers. I played for the Lakers too.
Okay.
That was the first team I played for.
So how did that come about? Because I heard you mention Jerry West. Now, how did you get a chance to meet Jerry West?
Well, Jerry West, I don't know if y'all know this, but it's not really common knowledge. Hawaii, the Lakers training camp, they always did on our campus
Okay.
in Hawaii.
Okay.
Nice.
Right. So I get a chance to see them. The 2 years I was there, I saw them.
Okay.
So subsequently, he came to a game or practice or two, and he keep my eye on you, or whatever. And so that's how that started. And then when I didn't get drafted, that's the last draft I watched. I was so hurt. He called me.
Wow.
I'm at 813 Aubrey Hill in Atlanta, Georgia. My man AP House, me and Jason Slaughter,
Okay.
and Little Gums.
Okay.
Not older Gums, but Little Gums. We
Right.
sitting there, and the logo called me, man.
Nice.
It's like, come out here for the summer league. I got 15 stacks for you, and you're gonna see that you play in the summer league here. And I got MVP of the summer league, the one that be in Vegas now. It used to be at Irvine,
Nice.
and so right after that, I signed because this was like unprecedented. Then undrafted and signed a guaranteed contract right after summer league.
That's dope.
Yeah, so that went back to
And just started to play as a junior in high school. Like,
went back to the forum. Me and
this
Jerry West
is-
went back to the forum, signed my joint.
You're a different breed, man.
Man, I appreciate it. Man. But what's crazy is like, I know you said I come how I come up, whatever, but I'm literally second generation celebrity. My dad and Rick and them was the biggest thing that I ever seen in my life
Right.
coming up. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like, I know these dudes. I see the work.
Right.
I see the possibilities in it, and how if you just turn it up and do some different stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want exceptional results, you got to do exceptional things to get to it. You can't do the same mundane thing, and then
Absolutely.
you're going to get some great results. You can't do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I saw exceptionalness.
Right.
I'm sitting with Eddie Murphy doing party all the time. We got snowed in at the house together.
Yeah.
I'm 15, eating breakfast with him every morning. Stuff like that, man. I'm Michael Jackson at the house.
See, that's
Prince opening up for it.
But see, that's not normal. Look at this.
But see, it's normalcy to me because that's all I
Correct.
knew.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Greatness.
that's all I saw when I was coming up. I mean, you know, it was thin at first when it was just me and my sister, my dad, and I'm trying to get home. I remember that, but I never remember being hungry. Yeah. I never remember like shit not in. Oh,
you good?
Sorry, stuff not under the Christmas tree. You feel me?
Right.
Because I had good grandparents too. I had a good, nice little family structure. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't one of them dudes that come out of the mud now. I can get in it. I can get in the mud. But you know, like how you was talking earlier, I could talk to anybody on Wall Street, any Martin Luther, any spot. I can
talk about it, man. Yeah.
I can kick it because I've been to these places and I'm from these places. I'm of these places. So it's kind of like, you know, I don't ever got to put on no certain kind of hat because I'm always going to be unapologetically authentic me, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So listen, since you touched on it, I want to ask you this. Being around Michael Jackson, being around Eddie Murphy, being around Prince, like, what was your favorite, if you had a few opportunities with Eddie Murphy, what was your favorite moment with Eddie?
Well, Eddie was just a funny dude, man. You got to think he was, 20-something then? So he just cracking jokes and just eating. He's like, he a really naturally funny cat.
Right.
I had, my leg was in the sling, so he clowning me every day about me on my crutches or whatever. But he was just, you know, Rick had him working now. I just said we had breakfast. We ain't really kick it, and you know, I ain't really get. But every morning, we sat next to each other. Used to call it Wood. It used to be this wooden bar, and they served me and him breakfast, and we sit there and talk. So how was school? You know, just simple stuff. You know, everybody was on Eddie back then, and so he was just a funny, genuinely cool, funny dude. And so my Prince joint, it just. Because they used to open up for my dad. Now, I know you heard the story how Rick was like, this dude got me working so hard. Yeah. Yo, I'm looking at this dude, I'm like, Dad, who is this little dude with high heel boots on, doing splits and jumping around? Yo, I don't think nobody knew and it kind of made sense because you found out later that he was a heck of a basketball player because he's so athletic.
So the story is just true about him.
Yeah, he really can hoop. Wow. He really can hoop, but all the jumping around and splitting, that's because he's a hell of an athlete.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and Mike was just Mike. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was after, remember the Victory Tour? They all came out to the house out in Orchard Park.
Okay.
I ain't spent the time with Mike like I did Eddie and seen him as much as I saw Prince. I only was in his presence one time. Okay. Of course, it's Michael Jackson. Come on, man. So you got to feel some type of way about it.
Hey, listen, Eddie, if you watching, if you tune in, man, listen, man, we need you on the show, man. We got to get you up out your shell, man. You know, I know you big time. We can talk about it,
definitely
man.
That.
We can talk about it.
Greatest ever as far as that, because a lot of people's comedy don't translate to movies, man, and his does.
So you know what's funny? Like growing up as a kid, that was like the first actor I gravitated to. Yeah. And you know, as I got older, and you know, I'm doing my research, and you know, Eddie is like this grown guy, but the crazy thing is like the Trading Places, the 48 Hours, another 40 Hours, and Beverly Hills Cop. Eddie Murphy was 18.
Yeah, he was younger. That's what I just told you.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And, you know, I'm piggybacking off what you said. Like it just like watching that, and he was just so talented. But I gotta say this, man. Like that is a gift from God that everybody don't have. That's a favor over your life. That's you know, everybody can't get that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like by you picking up basketball later, that was something that God already placed in you. You just didn't know about it.
I didn't know about it.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, it wasn't on my radar at all. But you know, like I said, maybe the late stuff kind of saved me some, you know, cost me some stuff that was saving me some steps. Because if I'd have been playing my whole life, I probably would have played point guard, which now it's no point guard. The NBA's position is now like I think I really shine in the league right now.
Right. Yeah.
Because of the way the defense is and stuff like that.
Everybody playing D, and everybody shooting threes. Centers shooting threes.
You know what I mean? And they just, like a lot of the turnovers, like you had turnovers when I played, like some of these turnovers that they be having, you would come right out of the game.
Right.
Like all that behind the back and just having 6 turnovers but hit 7 threes and you feel like you hooping. You wasn't getting those 6 threes, man. Right. No 6 turnovers.
So let me ask you, what do you think about the game now compared to when you were playing? What do you think about it?
I love watching basketball, right? So I'm going to say everything is about progression and moving forward or whatever.
Yeah.
I just don't like the back and forth. Like when Anthony Edwards say that, only person who could play in that era was Michael Jordan and stuff like that. I mean, some of that stuff you just got to take as an insult. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
Like, how could you fix your face to say something like that when you know how hard it is to even get to the league?
Come on.
It's only, 5,000 people who had these jobs in 70 years, and you have something to say about it? Yeah. Like, with no regard to how hard you know it is?
Right.
Bro, I'm 6'1". You got a better chance of hitting Mega Millions 3 times to do what I did, bro. Yeah. So you ain't gonna tell me I couldn't rock or I couldn't play. Are you crazy or something? Anyway, I mean, I mess with Ant-Man. I think he's a very talented dude, man. Yeah. But stuff like that, I don't like when they try to pit errors against errors, right?
Yeah, right.
I don't like that either.
Yeah, I think
everybody has their time.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know who started. I don't know if some old dude started.
I look at it like this.
I don't know.
Every era came another era. Like you had Julius Erving. Michael Jordan looked up to him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So then with Michael Jordan, you had Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant looked up to him. So it's just like
you can keep going.
Exactly. So it's just like you can't eliminate before and say, oh, this person is better for better. No, they watched them. Well, so I just feel like when you put all these pieces together, right? You like, okay, I want to be like him and I want to be like him. So it's just like now when you come in the game, you more well-rounded. You have all of that. So you're subjected to be better than them because you got more time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You have more athleticism.
More footage to what they did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't had no internet. I couldn't.
So do y'all think that the GOAT debate is a stupid debate to have?
I think it's unnecessary, but I'm telling you who my GOAT is, and it's just because it's Michael. It's no slight to LeBron. It's no slight to the generations. It's no slight to nothing. I saw what I saw. I've been blessed to be in the era where, like, we didn't really get to see Dr. J. He was kind of older because he played in the ABA first.
Right.
But I've been blessed to see Wayne Gretzky's whole career, Walter Payton's whole career, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Barry Bonds. It's been Emmitt Smith, Thurman Thomas. We done seen some boys' whole careers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean some bad boys. Sorry if I forgot anybody, but you'll be fine. You already did what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you can't draw from that or even grow from that without, like, put it in its proper perspective, why are you arguing about who would have did better in what era?
I hate that debate.
I never chime in on it. I'm like, but I'm just, for me, it's Mike. Man, and I'm going to be quite honest with you. I don't have LeBron over Kobe. As far as the type of players that I love, I like killers.
I'm the same way.
I like killers. Is LeBron soft? Is LeBron like this? Is he incredible? Yes. But I would.
I see the day y'all just on the team today.
Hey, listen. Sometimes
LeBron's my guy.
Listen. Okay, LeBron.
He is not my guy. I'm not hating. He is not my guy.
I've been watching
just
Mike
know that.
since I was 6 years old. So listen, I had Bulls everything as a kid. Yeah. Everything. I had leather jackets, leather hats, scarves, gloves, starter jackets. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
He had the leather though.
You know what I mean? And I got a chance to see Mike play too.
You know
me
too.
And it was phenomenal. It's just like you see them on TV and then you see them in person. I'm like, oh man, this dude is fast. And he fly high. And it was just like
imagine playing against him, bro. Imagine playing against him now.
So listen,
that's a different kind of
talking about that.
That's a different kind of like what you just said. Like, yeah, that's different.
Tell me about it.
Amen. Man, what you think it is?
Listen, I wasn't there.
I'm saying like amazing. If you would have been like, yo, I bet it'd be like this if I.
Right.
So that's what it is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's exactly what you think. No, he's just really, really a cool dude because I met him before I played against him.
Okay.
Because the year that I played with the Suns is the year he was playing baseball.
Okay.
And he played in Phoenix. So me and Chuck, what's my man name? He got the show on ESPN now. Not Rafferty. Damn, I can't think of his. Dan Patrick.
Okay.
Dan Patrick, my man Chuck he was a sports writer in Philly. Not Chuck Barkley's a white cat named Chuck.
But you did play with Charles, though, right?
Yeah, but this how we went to the games.
Right, okay.
We would go to his baseball games.
Right.
You know, after practice or whatever. You know, he would be joking with us. And if he struck out, he wouldn't speak to nobody, though. He'd go out, oh, well, in that competitor. I mean, you can't but help me be competitive in the league.
Right.
His just gets so overblown because he won.
Absolutely.
And there's nobody more competitive than anybody in the NBA. Everybody want to win. Right. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, he just happened to be better than everybody else. So, they don't, you know, he's got the will to win. There ain't no will to win. He a bad mofo. He ain't got nothing to do with no will. This is game.
Listen, man, he's a...
I'm sure some people got more will.
But you know what? It was almost like with you. He had the fire in him because it was just like in high school.
Oh, when he got cut.
Denied, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, you know, it made him work harder. A lot of times when you deny it make you work harder. When people tell you no, it make you work harder.
That 5 inches ain't help. Ain't hurt none
either.
He grew to 6'6". So they
gotta hit number 5, man.
Go ahead,
okay.
Number 5.
Okay.
Get to number 5.
What is your vision like now?
My vision now is to just try to create a Trevor Ruffin or help cultivate one, or, you know, but way more polished. A lot more financial literacy, a lot more just being in touch and in tune with family and a lot of the mistakes that I made coming up. I don't call them mistakes unless I don't learn from them. So if I learn from them, then they lessons, right? And just give back as much as I can here, man. I mean, I see a lot of potential here. I see it every day. But like you said, what's knowledge without applying it or somebody using it to better the town, not just themselves, the town and the area and my neighborhood where I'm from.
Now, all the kids you work with, do you see a lot of potential in some of them? Do you have like certain kids that you like, you know what, long as he stay on this path and he listen, he can get there? Do you see that in a lot of kids?
It's hard to see a lot of, like what you're talking about, a lot of kids. I see a lot of kids that can be successful. I don't know if they can be professional basketball.
Okay.
Because once again, the odds is astronomical. Yeah. Right? So, but it's a couple of kids that I've seen that I work with now that I definitely believe in them, because the goal is free college.
Exactly.
That's number one. That's the goal.
Yeah.
The rest of that stuff that happens to that is the blessing.
That's the sauce.
You know what I'm saying? But free education is what I preach, or what I try to teach, or what I try to convey. Like and it don't have to be Duke, North Carolina, or something like that. You know, you would want it to be or whatever, but nah. My spiel is, if I train your kid, if I'm around your kid, I can pretty much guarantee you don't have to pay for college.
Now,
if they got talent.
Right.
I ain't gonna just take nobody money who can't play.
Right. Now, would you say from the time you got into the NBA and the kids that you work with now, is it more politics than talent, or is it the same since when you got in, or?
It's hard to see politics when you politicking, right? When you win it, it's hard to see. I guess politics ain't really, if you nice, they'll find a spot for you, dude. The politics about it, I mean, it's a lot more European stuff going on now. I don't necessarily believe that's politics. I mean, I just think that's, you know, they're making the game global, which was excellent for the NBA. You know, the Dream Team helped with that, the first one. But political, if you can rock, they're gonna find you.
Now, with your experience, right? Would you say that a player that is more coachable and that listens will go further than a hothead player that has all the talent?
It all depends how good he is. I hate to say it like that.
I mean, no. If you've been there, so you know, give it to me straight. Be real.
Rock, you're gonna put up with that, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And if it comes down to, the quiet boy gonna be sitting his butt on the bench. I'm sorry.
So listen, I gotta say this, right? So I had read this article, and it said, you know, you started in 24 out of 110 career NBA games, right? And you provided instant offense. That's what they called you, instant offense. When you come into the game, you drop 30 points and they say 7 points per minute. And it was an average high for you. And you play with Kevin Johnson, you play with Elliot Perry, you play with a lot of awesome players.
Yeah, KJ was my guy.
And I look at your stats, and that's why I asked about politics and, talent, because when I look at your stats, your stats are much higher than a lot of those starting players.
Was that like an $80 million deal now? My stats? Because now stats they mandate the check now. You don't need no agent like you used to.
Right.
You just need a lawyer to read the joint over.
That's it.
Because the numbers going to sell themselves.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? So, you can't. That would be me thinking playing an old, bitter dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my time was here. I had it. I enjoyed it. I did what I did with it.
Okay, so.
You know what I mean?
Like you said, when you came in and you dropped those 15, 20 points anytime you touched the ball. Like, anytime I saw you touch the ball, it went in. You touch the ball, you shoot. It was like Kobe. Kobe get the ball. Don't you look for nothing unless he really wants you to make it.
I told you that was my job.
That was your job.
That's
so
what they told me to come in and do.
What stopped you from going just continuously, just getting out there, going and taking over games?
The game was different. You know what I mean? The game was different, and I don't know if you paid attention. Only time they put me in like that is when we was down to catch up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was kind of like a specialist.
Yeah. But I felt like this, though.
Now the league is full of specialists. But back then,
right.
they wanted me to be a pure point guard.
Like Vinny Johnson.
Yeah,
if they needed you to do that, why don't they start you off the game? Because then you'd be up 30.
Well, that's a good point. But no, you figured we won 59 games when I played for the Suns.
Right.
I mean, we was good. We was like really good, so they didn't need no kickstarts.
Right.
Get down a little bit, all right, get in there and get us back, or finish it out.
Yeah.
But we was nice, man. We would have won the ring that year if Danny Manning ain't get hurt, man. We was the best team in the league that year. I really believe so.
Listen, the team that you were on, that roster was.
Yeah, man.
That roster
Danny
was.
Manning. Then Chuck hurt his knee in Game 6. He was only playing with one leg against Houston. When we was up 3-1 anyway, so that ain't no excuse for nothing.
So do you ever sit back and be like, look at how much these cats is making, and be like, man?
I mean, of course you know. when you got to budget some stuff every now and again, when you could just whatever. But no, I'm happy for the young fellas, man. I mean, that's just how the game roll, man. You know what I mean? It's just it's their time, and with the way it was paid for them, and they took advantage of it, and they eat, man. I ain't got no problem with that, man.
I got one last question from the vision board. So this is the last question is always we call it the 4K question, the 4K moment. What was that moment that you knew, okay, this is it. This is exactly, I don't know if it was a winning shot in college or a situation in practice where you just knew that, I'm going to the league and I'm gonna be one of those dudes. What was that moment for you?
Oh, okay. That's in Cleveland. Okay. That's in Cleveland. When I told you I went to the junior college in Cleveland my first year, that's playing against Alvin Robinson, Ron Harper, Charles Oakley.
Okay.
They used to have runs at Cleveland State.
All right.
And I went up there. We used to get on the tram. It used to cost a quarter. Like, little trams and run down in the middle of downtown Cleveland.
Them dope.
Yeah, them joints right there. But Cleveland State was right around the corner from Tri-City.
Nice.
So get on that, man, go hoop. And the first time I hooped, I got busy. I really did. I was giving it to them. I'm like, bro, that man, I just saw this dude on TV. I'm cooking this dude. And I'm telling you, I had to leave here because I'm never getting that run here. Yeah. To get that confidence of what we were just talking about earlier.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So I went, man, then I come back the next day. I'm on the first run. Now they picking me.
There you go.
He's just pros. Oakley, like, come on, young fella. Get your stuff on. All right. I'm cooking it. Yeah. And I never forget Coach Mackey was the coach at Cleveland State.
What's his name?
Mackey.
Yeah, I just wanted you to say that again.
So I heard you. Yeah, I knew it was pun intended.
Yeah.
So my boy. So he was like, you remind me of this, because he had a Boston accent. I never forget how to say it. He said, you remind me of this guy named Tim Hardaway. I'm like, who? Not Isaiah, not, who's Tim Hardaway?
Right.
Never knew how cold the boy was.
Yeah,
Nobody knew, because once again, we don't have access to them videos.
Right.
This is a big reason why I went to Hawaii, too. I'm about to hook the whole story up.
Talk about it.
So, he went to UTEP, Texas El Paso.
Okay.
Which is in the WAC. That's what we were on in the WAC back then.
Okay.
And I went to, that's why I chose, because my last 2 visits, I didn't take them. I was going to go to either Oklahoma, Cal State Fullerton, or San Diego State. That was my last 3 visits. I went 1 visit to Hawaii. I was gone, obviously. I signed right there on the spot. But when he told me that, I started researching. I told you I wasn't a film head yet, but I still was trying to find, like, who's this dude diss me? Did he give me a compliment or whatever? He had to be a compliment because I'm cooking. So then I started looking around, couldn't really find nothing. I mean, you go to Streets of Smith every now and again to see an article or whatever.
Right.
Wasn't a whole lot of access to NBA games then. You know what I mean? When was Golden State playing on TV?
Never.
Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? Unless they was in the playoffs or whatever. So I couldn't find him. And then, but I started asking around and stuff like that, and asked my coach to get me some tapes. And I started watching him. He sent away. I forgot who he went to. Went to somebody and got me some Tim Hardaway joints from El Paso, from UTEP. Nice. And so when I went to the junior college, Hawaii came after me real hard. I'm like, yo, Tim Hardaway came out this conference. They keep saying I could do this and this, and that's why I went to Hawaii. Nice. That's why I went, because of Tim Hardaway. Went to UTEP.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, out of all the teams you played for, the NBA teams, what was your greatest moment or the best team that you enjoyed playing for?
That Phoenix team. I mean, all of them. You around each other so much, man. Right. It's a brotherhood. So I did not enjoy. I didn't like losing like that in Philly.
Right.
But Vern Maxwell, Stack, them still my guys. Right. My guys. You see somebody every day for 10 months. You're gonna either hate them or love them. And most of the time, you're gonna love them. But the funnest team, I had a ball with the Lakers, but I wasn't with them for the whole season. That Phoenix team, man. Because we had the OGs and we was winning, man. And Phoenix is just a beautiful city, man. Mm-hmm. I don't know if
I've been out there.
Yo, you ain't never been out there as a Sun, though, man. It's a whole different wave, man, when you play for the Sun.
Well, you know what? Why you ain't called me and say, come on out here?
I apologize. I can't do nothing but apologize for that. But I'm just saying, dude.
I forget you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. No, but it's Phoenix with the Suns and you winning it's a beautiful thing, bro.
Yeah.
I went out there. I had a music event out there. The radio station booked us to come out there, do a couple parties, do some pool parties and some performances and stuff like that. Yeah, I believe so. So get out there, had the drop top. The sun was out, the mountains was right there, but it just don't look real. It's beautiful, dude. You know what I mean? So we did 5 shows in one day, and then late night I'm like, yo, it's still time. Let's go out. So we go to the strip club, and you pull up in the strip club, it wasn't nothing but Rolls Royces out there. And I'm just like, damn, everybody must be in here. Whole Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, they had a couple dollars out there.
A couple football players, and I was just like, oh, okay. But it's just a nice thing because when you think about Phoenix, you think about Arizona. So when I got out there, I just was like, okay, it's not bad. You know what I mean? But I think the more you travel the world, the more you realize it's so much more out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just living wise, life wise. Like what I gained from traveling is, I just gained so much knowledge and so much. You become more open minded about living, about life, and about when you see other people live. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Called perspective, man. You get a different perspective, and like I said, it's hard to grow and stay in the same place.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
It's lightweight impossible.
Yeah,
you can go somewhere and come back, feed that beast. I ain't saying live nowhere, but like you said, you just travel.
Absolutely.
And this is I'm gonna do this when I get back here or whatever inspires you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard for inspiration is hard to come when you around the same thing all the time. It's hard.
And listen,
see, you can inspire people,
right?
But are you getting inspired? Like, if I'm not getting better, I'm going to remove myself from a situation. If I'm the best person in the room all the time at doing anything, I need to go find some people better than me.
Absolutely.
So I can learn. You feel me? Can't learn like that.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So what was your experience like in Philly?
Philly? Yeah. Beautiful town, man. We just was losing. And, you know, their fans is pretty harsh. You know what I mean? But it was fun. You know, I had a good time in Philly. Met some real good people. The fans, they only boo you, like, during the game. Off the court, man, it's really good people, man. And I stayed in the hotel all year and just enjoyed it. Me and Derek Coleman, still my guy to this day, and just had it, like I said, VMAX and Stackhouse. And
so you still pretty much tapped in with all your
if I choose to be, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really not that type of. I kind of rock with who I came with. If that makes any sense.
You ever see yourself, you know, being into the sports commentating?
I would have done it if I was. I would have been done it. I actually took a couple classes for it because, you know, the boys don't just come up off the court. They, you know, they take classes and stuff like that. And, you know, broadcasting classes and stuff like that. And I don't know. Like when I first started, it didn't scratch my itch.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then I started coaching in Atlanta, and it kind of like, you know, it's not the same as playing, but it was kind of something I was cool with.
So, do you see yourself coaching like the collegiate level or, you know, professional NBA level?
Well, yeah, I hope my man Phil Handy get a job. Shout out, Phil. Don't forget about me, bro. Phil Handy used to be the assistant coach for the Lakers. Okay. Trained Kobe, trained Kyrie.
All right.
Trained LeBron the last couple of years.
Come on, Phil. Call our guy, man.
Yeah, Phil. Don't do that. Phil Handy. But yeah, he was my roommate at the Hawaii. Okay. That's right. That's my man. That's my guy. But yeah, I would do that. College, I'm not so sure. It's just I'm not going. It's just too many. College thing, man. I never say I wouldn't do anything, but it was just I don't like the way they run things sometimes. I'm glad the NAI finally kicked in. It's like
But now, would you say it's a lot of politics in college? Like politics and
like
bull.
Like when you say politics, I don't know what you
mean. What
about
bull? Like, you know.
Oh, it's a bunch of that.
Okay, that's the politics I'm talking about.
Oh, that's a piece. Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because there's a lot of that, and like, come on, man, a man can't get a shirt. You can somebody buy him a $200 suit. He's ineligible. Like, and he made you $250,000 this year. That's crazy to me, man.
Let's talk about that, right?
That's crazy to me.
Before they gave them, you know what I'm saying, give them money. And, you know, I just always, and it seemed like it always happened to us, to the black students. Like, you know, these white privileged students, they come in.
They didn't need it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, you know, we got students, athletes, young black athletes, talented. You getting in the game, but your soles on your shoes falling off. You don't got no clothes. And somebody gravitate to you and say, you know what, young man, I like your attitude, I like your character. I'm going to take you shopping. You know what I'm saying? Do you need a car? Do you need some money for your pocket? Do you need to eat? Are they taking care of you?
You ineligible.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like, when they realize you getting those gifts, they taking everything away. Yeah. That don't make sense.
Well, the thing is, and it's all in the verbiage, it's called amateur. NCAA is considered an amateur sports league. Mm-hmm. Amateur. Which means proceeds have penalties. That's why they made it an amateur sport. They'd have just didn't put no amateur to it. It wouldn't be no problem with nothing, but it's an amateur sport.
Right.
And so you're not supposed to get paid. You get a scholarship check. I never understood, you know, the stories that some of these guys were talking about. They was hungry. If you're Division I. Right. If you're Division I, you can't ever tell me you're hungry.
Right.
Because you get a check, you got the little car that you can run all over the campus. You got this, you got that. I mean, I didn't get that when it was like they was hungry. I was like, what school y'all go to? But it was like UConn, like y'all done won 3 national championships. I know you got money on that card, bro. Talking about you ain't nothing to eat.
So my thing is with these schools, right? The big schools, they making millions of dollars. They paying, they charging for parking. Yeah. They charging for entrance. And they got all this food.
Well, the students come free, though. Students get in free.
Students get in free. But what I'm saying is these athletes, starving athletes, making these plays, making these championships, and they can't get gifts from nobody else because this actual school or organization not taking care of them, not feeding.
Oh, I'm saying they taking care of them, bro. I don't know everybody's individual situation. I know that because of the athletes, the athletic programs, and you see all the big schools. There's always some construction going on because that money pays for the school.
Gotcha.
The money pays for those organizations.
It's that time. So.
Sorry, my bad.
Any last words? I don't know everybody. Anything last you want to say?
I appreciate you guys having me. I appreciate this platform, and you guys gonna be great, man. I appreciate y'all.
We appreciate you for coming down, man, and chopping it up with us, man. It's another episode down the pike, man.
Listen, a Buffalo legend we had today. It was a pleasure. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate your knowledge. I appreciate your stories of your experience. And, God bless the rest of your journey, man. You know what I'm saying? And,
same to you,
y'all tune in to the Vision Podcast. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Let us know, something that you want to see, something that we're not doing, something that y'all see us progressing and doing better. Talk about it. Follow me on Instagram, Mr. Hollywood Mac. Follow the podcast on YouTube, and hard work and dedication, no days off.
Go to tylerlamar.com and go listen to the new. We'll download the new single, the last album, Ballads for the Kingdom. The new album is dropping next month. Ballads for the Kingdom 2. Yeah, man. tylerlamar.com, please. Anywhere, what's your socials, man?
Man, I'm cool with all that.
All right.
Listen.
OG said, nah, no socials. No socials.
To the world out
Facebook,
there,
that's it. I'm cool.
peace and blessings.
Word.
Peace.
Salute.